No sound, Karen. Oops. Hey everyone, Mary Fain Brandt. This is 15 Minutes of Fain, and we're going to be talking about leadership today. Why? Because I was cleaning out my office and I have this box, and it's full of all these leadership quotes, fun things. I love leadership. I got my degree in OL at Chapman University. And the big question is, are leaders born, or are they trained? So I'd love to know, do you consider yourself a leader? Go ahead and drop that in the comments. Well, recent scientific studies suggest that leadership is 30% genetic and 70% learned. Okay, so there's still hope. If you're like, well, I don't have those leadership skills, you know what? You can learn to be a great leader. Let's see if we have any comments. Well, you guys can hear me now. That's always great. Yes, Karen, I would agree that you are a leader. But, we're going to dive into what makes a great leader. And now that we have that out of the way, that, leaders are not just born, because many people thought that for years, that you were born a leader. So that is not the case. And before I go on into the leadership, and I'm going to actually share some of these quotes. They're hard to read because if you know me at all, I am a color coordinating fool. So I've got different little quotes, and some of these were written in green ink and pink ink, and they're a little hard to see, but I have my flashlight out. Jeffrey, yes and no. I do try to lead by example. Well, that is great, Jeffrey. And let's put this one there. So can you see these? I brought in some of my books. So I want to make sure you guys, that's about probably 20% of what I have. I have been getting rid of them, but these are the ones that I kept. And I think it's important that, when you study something in school, is it something that you can use in life? And leadership, whether you have a team or you're a solopreneur like me, I believe that leadership serves you well. For example, Bruce and I, we are the hosts of LinkedIn Local Phoenix, and my leadership studies and skills come in well listening to him and understanding what, his goals are and my goals. And I'm going to read this quote from Parker. There are 4 main team player styles. So I'm reading these from my quotes, you guys, or my homework, actually. So there's 4 team players. There's a contributor, a communicator, a collaborator, and a challenger. Do you know what your role is on a team? Because just putting people together does not create a team. A team needs to have the end goal in mind. They need to be able to have different personalities on the team to make sure things get done, right? So I know that I'm a contributor because that's someone, and this is going to be hard for me to read. They're dependable, task oriented, technical info, but I'm also a collaborator because I'm goal directed. Give me a goal, I want to hit it, right? The communicator, good listener, builds rapport, and the challenger questions and challenges the authority. So I'd love to know, if you're on a team, do you consider yourself a contributor, a communicator, a collaborator, or a challenger? The other thing with leadership, you guys, most people think that leaders always lead. A good leader knows when to follow. A great leader knows when to let someone else lead the team. Does that make sense? You're all for, you can't decide. Probably true, Karen. Probably within different teams, you might play a different role. However, you will have one of those roles that really syncs with who you are. So I'm going to type that up and share that in the transcription of this 15 minutes of FAIN. We have Juan joining us and Daniel. Thank you. We've got some, let's take that off. Okay, so one of my favorite books, and in organizational leadership, this is called the Bible, Senge, the Fifth Discipline. And for those of you who know me, where is it? Wait, know that I have this tattoo, and I got it after I passed my comp exam, which was over 3 hours long and was said to be as hard as this is going to sound crazy, but almost like a nursing exam, because it was all essay style. It was crazy. So this is the Bible, and you can see it's still tabbed. But here's what's ironic, you guys. In this book, this is how I learn. So you can see that I have they're sticky postcards or index cards, and they're all throughout the book with notes. Why? Because I have a learning disability, and I can't just read something and it will stick. I have to read it, write it, and say it. So I'm kind of giving you like insights of how I learn. And I think one thing that leaders exhibit is transparency and vulnerability. So this is one of my favorite leadership books. And I have a quote. Senge is personal mastery Kaizen. So this is Kaizen, and it means good change, to always be learning and growing. And I think that is important, to always be learning and growing. Senge was famous for personal mastery, systems thinking, and mental models. So look those up, systems thinking and mental models. These can help you in your profession, in your business, and just in life in general. One of these quotes, this is System Citizens. This is Senge, page 343, because, we had to know what page everything was on. Being stuck in a system that is not working invariably leads to feeling frustrated and trapped. Anybody ever feel like that? Until we can see the larger patterns and our own part in creating these patterns. We have a role. So we have to, in leadership, you have to step back, and we would call it the dance floor and the balcony. You have to be able to remove yourself from the dance floor right down here. And you have to be able to put yourself up on the balcony and look down and see what's going on. Who's doing what systems are working, where's the cog in the wheel. And so I find in life and in my business, using the balcony and dance floor model is really important. I need to be able to see the big picture, and not just what's going on the dance floor. Has anyone ever heard of that leadership model, the dance floor and the balcony? I love it. This quote, and I'm just showing these to you so you guys know, I'm not making this up. This is years of studying. Peter O'Toole, if you have studied any kind of leadership, these are, I think they call them the godfathers of leadership. So I love this leadership quote. So I hope that you're ready. The more power you give away, the more you have. Holding on to your power, taking control of everything, that is not a leader, that is a micromanager. So in our workplaces, we have managers and we have leaders, and we need them both, but we have to understand there are different roles and they act differently. So giving away your power, letting people fail is a sign of a good leader, right? Because failing is a way to learn. And so I want to go back to this quote, and it's talking about, the more power you give away, the more the more you actually have. And I want to relate that to the org chart in corporate worlds. And you remember those org charts? Everyone's inside of a box, right? So we're putting everyone in a box with those labels, and instead of I feel like we're trapping people when you give them a formal title and you're in a box and you're under 5 people and you have an arrow to the left because you report to this person here and this person here. That is maintaining and holding on to all that power. And I know that our org charts are needed, but I believe there's a better way to do that. Here's another great, this is from O'Toole. He's probably one of my favorites. You can see my messy writing. Leadership is about ideas. It's not about style. So no matter what your style is, you can still be a leader. It's really about ideas. And if you're not offering the right strategy, or if you're not offering the right strategy, no one will follow you. So what else should we read about? I did that one. We talked about a group of people is not a team. A group of people is a group of people. What does a team look like from the leadership definition? Is it's a group with a common goal and achievement. Two parts, not just goal and achievement. Teamwork requires people to work independently, but for the goal of the team and to reach that achievement. So as you can tell, I love leadership, and I think that everyone should take some type of course or read a book in leadership. I have several. If anyone wants some recommendations, change is really important in our lives and in the workplace. Your leadership style, Kouzes and Posner. I probably have 3 of their books. This one is about credibility. And I read something in here. I had a note that said, I didn't feel credible. I didn't feel smart enough to have intelligent conversations with people. And I can say I've come a long way. But very interesting. I think does anybody here ever go back and look at where they were and where they're at now? Here's another great leadership quote. And we all need to have a purpose and vision, right? So purpose and shared vision is about empowering the not so great employee. So maybe it's someone on your staff. Maybe it's someone in your family. They're not great at something, and you want to empower them. So you have to sit down and have a conversation and have a shared vision. And so in the workplace, when a boss is telling faculty, I worked at a school, when the boss is saying, you know what, we need all the students to show up on time. We need all the students. We need to reduce the tardiness rate. What we really need is the buy-in from the students. It needs to start down here and work up, and not start up here and go down. Please show the name and author of the first book. This is The Fifth Discipline by Peter Senge. He is, we call this the Bible of OL, organizational leadership. If anybody wants a list of the godfathers of leadership and some great books to read, just send me a DM or comment right here, and I'll type all those up for you guys. But real leadership is getting the buy-in from the people doing the work, creating the processes. So in a school school setting where I worked for 14 years of my life, it's about getting the students buy-in so that they're on time, they're not missing school, they're not late, and they're doing a good job in the community, picking up after lunch. Like we had a lot of community service at the school I worked at, but it's really about getting the buy-in from the students. So holding meetings and asking them, why are they late to class? Is there not a long enough passing period? Are their books too heavy? Like back in the day, they were carrying all their books. Do they need a mid-morning break? We actually had milk break at my school, which was fabulous. Cereal, bananas, apples, and you had like I think it was a 15-minute milk break mid-morning to go take a break, grab your coffee if you're an adult, grab some cereal, some fruit, and then go on and finish your classes before lunch. So getting the buy-in from the bottom is how you're going to have more success. It's not from the top shouting it down. Now, the top people, right, in an organization, they are responsible for the ROI, for the outcome, for the productivity. So they need to share that with everybody in the organization and ask for feed-in and buy-in of how we as a group, as an organization, as a company, how can we meet that goal in the time frame that we have in front of us? So I think that that's really the difference between leaders and managers. Managers tell you what to do and when to do it. Leaders ask for your input. So Jeff, I say that you're a leader. Lead by example. I love that. Karen, I know that you're a leader because I know you personally. So you guys, this 15 minutes of FAIN is a little different. I was feeling in my heart that I just wanted to go over some leadership stuff. And there's so much to talk about, the dance floor and the balcony, or seeing the forest through the trees. When you're in the thick of things, you can't see clearly through it. So you actually have to remove yourself. And that can be really difficult when you're trying to manage a project. Sometimes in your career, if you're looking for a job, you're in the thick of things. Sometimes you need someone else to pull you out and talk about what's going on and reevaluate your job search strategy. If that's you, I can help with that. If you're a business owner and you're not doing well on LinkedIn, or you're trying to create your own profile and you're having trouble with that, sometimes you're in the thick of it. You are in the forest and you can't see the trees. So, I want to give a shout out to StreamYard. If you like the look and feel of this show, how you can bring on the comments like I just did, right? It's really fun to go live. If you already go live, but you're looking to level up your stream game, or you're just getting started, I will, after the show, drop in links to things that I mentioned on here. Now, what's around the corner? We just wrapped up LinkedIn Local Phoenix. Thank you, Karen, for coming to that event and sponsoring us. Our next one's not till October, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be on the West Side. I'll be dropping some info on that very soon. So ring my bell if you're on LinkedIn, ring my bell to get my notifications. And what's going on? Well, June's already like booking up. I have 2 VIP days left for June. So, if you're ready to level up your LinkedIn game, let's chat. If you're not quite ready to go all in, but you're wondering, how does my LinkedIn profile stack up against everyone else's? Then maybe you want to purchase a LinkedIn profile audit. It is cost effective and very fast. I get those turned around within 5 days, and it also comes with a 50-page workbook, so you can do the work yourself if you want. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Karen. And finally, I am finalizing my AI persona training, getting certified in AI, artificial intelligence. I went all in on this service that I'm going to be offering. And what is AI, and why do you even need to know about it? Well, AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. If you're a job seeker, learning how to use it can really set you apart from others, especially in the marketing industry. It is not going to take our jobs. What it's going to do is enhance our jobs if you know how to use it properly, not like the average user. So I invested heavily into my training to really understand how to use AI. I'm looking for 5 amazing people that want to learn how to use AI. And this is in my beta test program. So it's a big discount on the training and some things that you might get out of this. Well, you're going to get your own AI persona marketing person who can write emails and blogs and social posts in record time. Want to write an ebook? Let's do it in an hour. Looking to create a course? Let's outline it and do the modules in an hour. Want to be consistent with your own emails? Let's create a month of emails in an hour. Want to get a blog up and running? Let's create your first month's worth of blogs in an hour. And the best thing is that we're going to create these in your brand voice and your style, because we're going to create your own marketing persona. So if that's something you're interested in or know someone, please drop me a message, because I'm looking for 5 people only. And then the big news, oh my gosh, big news, you guys, our LinkedIn audio event, the B Show, where we drink coffee and talk about career stuff, that is being turned into a podcast with my co-host, Laura Bayshore, and we're launching June 12th. We just recorded a bunch of stuff yesterday. And so June 12th, that should be coming out. It is a new name. It's called How to Redefine Your Career Journey. Learn how to become the CEO of your career. We are passionate about helping people understand that they need to take ownership of their career. So follow me on LinkedIn to learn more about that. And we hope that you'll support us. And finally, you guys, how can I support you? What can I do for you? Is there someone I can introduce you to? Do you need me to comment on a post that you did on LinkedIn? Please let me know. I'm here to serve you as well. So remember, leaders give first. So let's all go out there and give to 3 people and become true leaders in our communities. Again, I'm Mary FAIN Brandt. This is 15 Minutes of FAIN. It's been a pleasure serving you today. Take care.